What's up, guys? It's your boy Bentley here, and today we are doing the off-season as well as the draft of our end of our first year. I don't really know how to say it, but we first got to actually get to the off-season, and I actually do want to look and see who wins the Super Bowl. So yeah, so far I don't really have anything big to talk about. We are going to send, obviously, to who wins the Super Bowl as well as who wins certain awards, because I'm sure we're going to have quite a few. So yeah, I think that's all I've got, and we're going to go ahead and I'll see you once we're at the Super Bowl. Alrighty, here we are. So right now it is the Vikings versus Bills in the Super Bowl. That is very, very different from... That is significantly different than the original Super Bowl stuff. Panthers didn't make it. I don't think the Saints made it. Bengals, I didn't think made it, nor the Jets or the Raiders. This is crazy to me. But yeah, so it is the Super Bowl. Obviously we'll see the yearly awards and see who wins it. Deontay Sanders almost won rookie MVP as a receiver. So I think he was beaten by, obviously, the league's favorites, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes. They're the most marketable players in the league, and I feel like it's kind of a duh. But he's Offensive Player of the Year. So Travis Newton could have been Defensive Player of the Year. Deontay Sanders, obviously, Offensive Rookie. Travis Newton is Defensive Rookie. Jack Smith, Mo Osling, Davion Young, and Jeremy Greenco also got some votes. Jordan Butnick is the second best quarterback, apparently, for the NFC. David Cameron's the second best running back as well. Deontay Sanders he was the best receiver all year. There's no question about that in my mind. Travis Newton was best O-line, so we won a lot of awards this year. Mainly individual awards. We didn't really win anything else, but it's fine. We're going to go ahead and advance to the next week, and we're going to see, and they're technically going to officially get those on the stuff right there. Offensive Player of the Year, Deontay Sanders. Rookie of the Year, Deontay Sanders. Rookie of the Year, Travis Newton. Coach of the Year, Zach Taylor. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes wins MVP. I feel like that's kind of a duh. The Bills win the Super Bowl, their first ever, and I'm not I don't really care for the Bills, but I do remember, didn't they go to the Super Bowl like 4 years in a row and lose 4 years in a row? I'm pretty sure they did, and they were like, it was because of like a wide right kick that they lost one. So I'm not sure. That's just what I think. I'm pretty sure. I do know they lost 4 Super Bowls. I just don't remember if they were like back to back or if they were like they were separated. So many upgrades, by the way, for Deontay Sanders. He's now a 92. Travis Newton gets, I think it said 3 upgrades. Yeah, so it said 3 upgrades because he was a 76. He's now a 79 overall. He didn't develop as well as okay, my mind just went blank. As well as Deontay Sanders. There we go. Which isn't a bad thing at all. I don't really think that matters too much. But we're coming into this next year with Deontay Sanders at a 92, which is amazing. We have normal. We have superstar David Cameron, superstar John Vanderbilt. Unfortunately, we don't have any stars on the defensive side of the ball, superstars on the defensive side of the ball, which is a little annoying. Jalen Redmond lost his star development, which I don't know why. He didn't do too bad this year, so I'm surprised Mo Osling didn't get a dev up this year, but Jeremy Grinko, you kind of didn't do too much towards the end of the year, which isn't that big of a deal, to be honest. He still did fine, but, you know, he could have done better, I guess is what I'm trying to say. By the way, if you're wondering why Taysom Hill has a different logo instead of Taysom Hill, it's because I tried to find, like, a player that looked more like him, and I picked on this guy, and it deleted his thing, so I don't think Taysom Hill's gonna last another year. I think this will be his last year. So if he doesn't retire now, then next year will be his last year. Not a lot of development from Jack or Devion Young. Obviously, Travis Newton did really well. So did Deontay Sanders. David Cameron didn't get crazy high levels either. He was a 77. He's now an 82. John, he might have had the least amount of development. He's only an 84 when he started out as an 80. I think, 81. So he didn't do too much. Obviously, Deontay Sanders, he went up tremendously, and he's going to be our best player. I don't think there's any doubt in my mind about that. He's now got 89 catching now, so he went from not being able to catch the ball to save his life to he can catch the ball. So, you know, I'm definitely excited to see where his career takes him. And heck, he might not end it on this team. He may not. It depends on if it takes 4 years to do this. Which, regardless of, once I get Madden 25, I will end the series, regardless of if we won the Super Bowl or not. I'm just going to throw that out there. I'll just redo it on Madden 25, give me more time to do it. But I think I've got till Christmas, because that's normally when I get the new Madden games, is Christmas. So, yeah. Let's see. I don't think we have anyone retiring. Our team's just so young. That's why I don't think anyone retired. We just have such a young team that we had one. Kevlin Beecham Jr. retires after 8 years. So even then, he's not crazy old. He couldn't be like older than like 30, 33. Was it like 30, 31? I'd say is probably when he retired, so not bad at all. Obviously we're not relocating. We are gonna look at some staff moves, and I don't know, we could sign depending on if they're good or not. Offensive coordinator Glenn Powers is released. He doesn't have crazy talents, so I don't know if I'd take him. I'd probably take Will Hudson if I had to for offensive coordinator. Defensively, Josh Morton. So the Browns lost 2 of theirs, which we could take them, but I'm pretty sure we still have quite a while until our franchise staff is up. These 2 defensive coordinators. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to sim to the re-sign player stage. So right now, on the re-sign players, unless someone new pops up, there's really only one player I want to keep, and that's Howerton. He's a rookie, and that's why I want to. Or he's a 1-year player, and that's why I want to keep him. Right here. Here he is, Hayden Howerton. He's 66 overall. He's 25. If not starting potential, then he's definitely backup. Pretty much anyone else I'm kind of willing to just let walk, especially these 12s. If you're a 12 overall, I'm not signing you again. I feel like that's kind of a duh. You don't really give us anything. So it's probably going to be Hayden Howerton. To be honest, there's just not really anyone else who's got enough talent and the age for me to keep them. Like, if you're 26, 27, then we'll talk. But once you start hitting like 28, it's basically, do you have enough time, really, to get better? And this guy, he doesn't want to sign because, as you can see, this was the last offer I submitted. I thought this wasn't that bad of an offer. Genuinely, I thought it was all right. I'll up his salary to $2 million, but he's not getting any more than that. So we do get to keep him, and that might have been too expensive for a 66 overall, but he's going to be a pretty nice backup, and Hayden Howerton did his job this year. So I mean, he's one of our higher overall offensive players, so there's no point in not keeping him. I don't like how Isaiah Porter got better than John Vanderbilt. I don't really know how I feel or Jackson Vanderbilt. Which Jackson, I don't know why, but he just doesn't develop very fast. Which doesn't make any sense. He had 1,000 yards on the year and he had good stats. I'm guessing it's just their talent, because Isaiah Porter had 400 yards on the year. It just doesn't really make too much sense to me, but at the end of the day, it's fine. It doesn't really matter to me. But we're going to go ahead and sim to free agency day 1. So this will probably be the quickest. This will probably be pretty quick. I don't think we can sign really any of these top guys. If I could, I'd sign Nick Bosa or Michael Pittman, who he does want to come and play for us, which he wouldn't be a bad addition. He'd be a really nice receiver, but to be honest, I'm more worried about building the defense, because right now our offense is fine. Really, only the O-line needs help. So I'm perfectly fine with keeping the same offensive players and getting, like Nick Bosa, which we're not going to be able to get. I don't think we have the salary cap room to sign him and fill up the rest of our roster. He's got 9 interested teams. I don't think we're going to be able to sign him. I'd love to have him on our team, but it's just extremely unlikely to me that he'll sign with us, which we are a very good upcoming team, I'd say. We're definitely one of the younger teams in the league, and I did that by design pretty much. But, we're just not, I don't think we're ready to sign anyone of his caliber. I think on offense, our biggest need is O-line and backups. So we're looking for cheaper players who can help fill out the superstars we already have. Because let's be honest, we don't need really anything on offense. Maybe like a better backup QB than Jeff Driscoll was. Like, if I were to pick one, it'd probably be an older guy. Thinking like super old, or like old enough. like 28, 29, I'd say. You know, like he's not super old. Like Kyle Allen, he's not. It'd probably be more like Drew Lock. The only issue is I'm pretty sure Drew Lock, yeah, he's the same overall as Jordan Butnick. So it's wild to me how Adrian Kendrick could be a better quarterback than them both. It might just be because he's the kicker and it's showing his kicking overall, but that'd be funny if he was a better. Obviously, I want a running back, and I don't know if anyone knows this, but one of my favorite running backs, and I can never tell you why, I don't know why, has always been Travis Homer. I think it's because I think my first football card that I collected was Travis Homer. So, you know, he might be signed just because 26, and he wouldn't be a bad running back by any means. Now, would I rather have for now, I'm looking for speed. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, Rashad Penny did kill us in that one game. I do remember that. He wouldn't be a bad backup running back at all. He kind of fits our play style a little bit, running up the middle and just doing whatever damage we can. But I think I'm gonna wait out a second on him. For me, the only reason why we pick up a receiver is to fill out, or like I could pick up N'Keal Harry because we technically have our 3 starting receivers. So I just don't see any need to sign any new receivers. And I know I shouldn't get so attached to these players because at the end of the day, they're not even real, but they all had good years. I'm not going to lie to you. They all had good years. I think I'll do this, but if I can drop it to 4.4, that'd be pretty nice. Drop the bonus to like 6.3. Which I still think was a bit of a reach for him because he's got... Well, if he's got no offers, then I think we got to go for a medium risk and then just up it to 4 years because I want to keep him until he turns 30. Especially since no one's after him, you know. No one's after this guy either. I don't know, though. He is the same age as Hayden Howerton, so... And he is better overall, so we get the same age with more talent. So we might. I'm gonna keep him in the back of my mind for now. In terms of center, the only real guide sign has got to have good injury. At this point, I don't even care if you have. Like, I just want you to not get injured all the time. Because right now our current center gets injured every other play, and it's extremely aggravating. Like, right there is the guy who I wanted to sign, and I'm pretty sure he has 90 injury. Which I'll do. I'll take 90 injury. I'm sure he's higher than my current center, but pretty sure he's actually... Yeah, he's the same age as Yasir Durant, who is technically my center right now, but he's not. So, he won't play center at least. So, thinking about what offer I'm going to give him. He's got no interested teams, so I don't have to send him a very hard offer. So I think we'll stay with the medium risk. I'm just looking at the cap space, and I'm not sure. He might stay in the hunt just because we didn't give him a very intriguing offer. 69 overall for a right guard. I mean, I'd love to have this guy, but he's got 6 interested teams. So, I don't know why no one's going after this guy. I mean, since no one's going after him, we're going to... Hang on, I want to make sure. Okay, yeah. Bam. No one's going after him. He's 27. I have a feeling there's a reason no one's going after him, though. I'm a little worried. But 78's a 78, and he's better than Tommy Kramer, who I did re-sign. And again, I said he'd be pretty good backup material, and at the end of the day, I don't think I'm wrong. No one's going after Terrence Steele either. That's wild to me. Terrence Steele, his overall's not bad, neither is his age. So I don't know why no one's going after him. If I were to sign any of these left ends, it'd be for a Super Bowl run, and if we needed it. For me, I can get a left end in free agency, or not in free agency, in the draft, who's probably going to be the same overall as these guys, and will get more years and more development than these guys, because 26 years old, 75 overall isn't bad. But considering the only guy interested in us is James Smith-Williams, who BJ Thompson played better, will probably have, man, 37 million remaining cap. I've kind of been burning through it. Again, I want Nick Bosa so bad, but I don't think we have the cap space to bring him in and have money left over. Like, I could bring in Frankie Louvu. Well, I probably wouldn't, just because we're good on linebackers. We don't need any linebackers. Ooh, my bad. Like, right now what we need, I think, are definitely a lineman, D lineman, and some better supporting corners. Because I like DeAndre Baker. He's not bad. He's 27. But I didn't know Duke Shelley would be available, who's the same age and has got the same skill level as Jacob Malcolm, who's 21. But I definitely want to keep DeAndre Baker on the team. I think he'll be a pretty good player. Just on a pure skill level. Because he looks pretty good, you know. I could easily see DeAndre Baker being a pretty good player. Free safety, none of these guys are good. I'm not even gonna entertain, really. Like, I'll sign, like, someone who's interested to be a backup for Davion Young. None of you, I feel like I want. I don't know because I really like Mo Osling. I've said this before. Mo Osling's an amazing player. But is his skill good just on paper? Or did or was he a one-year wonder? Because I could get Josh Metellus right now, who's 6 overall better than he is. The only thing is how young Mo Osling is. Mo Osling, I'm pretty sure, is like 23. Yeah, Mo Osling is 23 versus 26. Corners don't play that long. Or strong safeties don't play that long. Well, then again, they can, but doesn't mean they are. So, I don't know, man. I just don't know who's worth it. I love Keanu Neal. I do. He's an amazing player. Ashton Davis is a year older than the guy who I was looking at, but he's a lot more. He's almost just as interested as Josh Metellus is. I'm not dropping into under the 70s if I'm gonna sign right now, just because there's no point. I think we can keep Adrian Kendrick kicking for both, so I'm not gonna worry about that. I think I'm gonna go for that lineman I saw. I forgot which position he played though. I think I already sent him an offer. Yeah, I think that was him. Do I go for Terrence Steele? He's a good player. He'd be a really good addition to the O-line. Or do I just try my luck? He's got no interested teams, actually, so let's try it. We're probably not going to sign Nick Bosa. Yeah, look at our cap space. 339,000 remaining cap. This man would make us so poor. 5 point... Wow, we're actually up in the top, though. There's no way we get 99 overall Nick Bosa. We're going to take we're going to renew the offers, and we just sign Nick Bosa. Oh, my God. There's no way we signed Nick Bosa. I can't get over how we just signed the best player in free agency right now. On a medium offer, too. I want to throw that out there. We signed him on a medium offer. I wonder, will Rashad Penny take a medium risk deal? Because I'll sign Rashad Penny. We're his only offer. Oh, but I won't have enough for Terrence Steele. I gotta think here. Sure, he'd be a great player. I can't stress how good he'd be a backup for us would be. But Terrence Steele, I still can't sign him. He's too expensive. I can't sign Terrence Steele. It's looking like... Then again, I could get a player who's extremely similar to Rashad Penny in the draft. I could get a player like him for cheap. So, I think we're going to pass on Rashad Penny for now. If he is still available and like I need him, then I'll take him, but I think we got to find someone cheap but good with this remaining money. Our O-line's good now, so we don't need any more O-line. I'm thinking maybe a receiver. No one good, you know. We don't need a good player. We just need someone there in case we do have an injury. We could take the worst St. Brown brother. Then again, this guy is more interested, so we could get him on a cheaper deal. Or, hear me out. Just because I think it's hilarious. Simi Fehoko. Let's sign Simi Fehoko on a medium. Just give him some money. The fact that he was that expensive is crazy to me. Why are you two not signing? Look at that overall increase, man. 79 overall, and we haven't even gone into the draft yet. I'm not gonna lie, the O-line's still pretty weak. It's still pretty weak, but remember, we got Nick Bosa. That is the sign that's gonna either one give us the best, give us like put us in the playoffs, or it's gonna be the sign that cripples us. Because I'm pretty sure we have him for like 2 or 3 years. I'm gonna look at his contract real quick. Yeah, 4 years on his contract. Thankfully, pretty much everyone else on the defense, we're gonna on the D line at least, I'll probably fill in with like rookies and stuff. But offensively, I don't know what I'm going to do about this O-line. The running back room also could use some work, but we are now stripped for cash because Nick Bosa took all of our money, dude. But he's worth it. It's Nick Bosa. You can't not sign Nick Bosa. And before we go in, I have a few favorited player prospects. There's no one really big. There are a lot of DTs. Obviously, I want Joe Alt. I would love to have Joe Alt for sure. Does that mean I'm going to get him, though? No. If not, then I would like this guy for sure. Regardless of what position they play, I'll swap them to a place I could also need them. Obviously, Troy. You got pretty much all of the front guys I'd like, but to be honest, I don't really care what running back we get. Yeah, I'm not looking really for a quarterback, like a good quarterback either. I'm just looking to fill out. So I think this draft, to be honest, isn't really searching for like big players. It's just filler. That's kind of what I've noticed so far. I'm trying to fill up my team more than build it. And it's because, one, we had the number one offense in the league. I want to throw this out there. We're good on offense. Jordan Butnich missed 4 games. That's why he didn't get more yards, which still isn't that big of a deal. Like, David Cameron ran amazing. Deontay Sanders is the beast. Like, look at that. Those stats are amazing. Like, defensively, individually, we were fine. Like, I cannot wait to have Nick Bosa out there because he's going to win us so many games and get us more sacks. Especially since, when you're controlling a team in when you're the user, it's a lot easier to break off of stuff. So this could be pretty cool. He's definitely going to be a good add-on, but I think without any further ado, I think we just head straight into this draft. I could have done some more preparing for the draft, but I think right now we're not looking for star power. We're not looking for a dude really to be good. We're looking to get our already good players better. Because I already know David Cameron would run so well with like a give him the Eagles O-line and he's going to be running 8-9 yard carries every single time. We're going to go ahead and hop into the draft, and we are going to sim to the first 10 picks just because I just want to see what they pick. Malik Neighbors goes first this time. I don't know how I feel about that. I really don't know how I feel about playing Caleb Williams. Never heard of that man. Marvin Harrison, I know him. J.C. Latham. Drake May, I know him. That's who we wanted. I wanted him so bad. Joe Alt. Brock Bowers. I also wanted him. I'm not going to lie to you. Well, I know who I want. It's this guy right here. I know. I shouldn't be going for an O-line this early, especially with this good of a pick, but we don't need skill players. I've said this. We literally just need to fill up. I think we'll just look at the first round, and then we'll skip from there. Braylon Trice, Nate Wiggins. Don't remember him. I do know Jaden Daniels. I remember him from the draft. Do remember Dallas Turner. Don't know Tyler Newman. I think I've heard of him. I'm not sure. Of course, I've heard of Michael Penix. That is the wrong skin color for Michael Penix, I'm pretty sure. Jared Verse. No. Chris Braswell. No. Cooper Dijon is no. Never heard of that name before. I have heard of Roma Dunze. Obviously, I've heard of Bo Nix. Jordan Morgan. No. Xavier Legette, I have heard his name. Don't know Cameron Kinchins. No, I have heard of Kool-Aid McKinstry. Brian Thomas Jr. No. I've heard of Amaris Mims. Jonah Ellis, I feel like I've heard his name before, but I'm not sure. Jonathan Brooks, I've also heard his name. Nope. I don't even know. Troy Franklin. I don't even know how to pronounce that one name. Latu, I've heard of him. Terrion Arnold? How do you say his first name? I have no idea how to say his name. I'm not even going to try it. Keon Coleman, I obviously have heard of him. Byron Murphy. Yes, I've also heard of him. I might be thinking of the one who's playing in the NFL currently, though. I've also heard of Lassiter. Or at least I've heard the last name. And then Chris Jenkins. Okay. Alright. We could take Ladd McConkey. I feel like I butchered his name so bad. I feel like I butchered that name so bad. I'm going to pause the timer because I don't like getting rushed on my draft pick. But we could trade down. I'm not going to lie. Do I need to? No, but... Jackson Powers Johnson dropped. He could be a pretty good add-on, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of the good O-linemen are gone. So he's round, okay. So on my favorites, I have to go all the way up. That jump scared me. There's no way I got jump scared by a bottle. We could go for a corner. Just take one. I feel like, well, it's the second round. I don't think the left end talent would be this far gone already. Yeah, it is. Okay, so Brandon Doris, we'll get him next round if he's not already gone. So I think we'll just go ahead. I like Kalen King's name, so I'm gonna take him. Top fits. He's a top fit with us apparently. He doesn't look that bad. He is hidden development. All right, I like that. I already like it since he's hidden development, so he's at least a star. It's the second round. I'm not going to look at the picks now. Jermaine Burton. All right, is he still here? Yeah, Brandon Doris. It's still the second round, right? Or is it the third round? Because if it's the third round, yeah, okay, third round, then I'll take him. But I didn't want to pick him up any higher than I need to. He's also hidden development, and that's a left end. That's a position we need. I think this draft class, or at least the downloaded draft class, might just be stacked. I'm not going to lie to you. Pretty sure I already picked a left guard. If not, then it was a left tackle. I could see it as being... Yeah, I think it was a left tackle. Ricky Barbers. I don't know why that name's so funny to me, but it is. He's not bad. Oh wow, he's actually not bad at all. He is normal, but he didn't look too bad. I'm not gonna lie. At least his stuff in the combine didn't. I could have done better look. Alright, what pick do we have? Round 4, pick 10. We could trade down. Maybe get a few more picks. Maybe not this year's draft, but maybe next year. Because to be honest, I got who I wanted. I'm not gonna lie to you. Maybe not. Maybe I might trade my next pick. Just because. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I think we'll just go ahead and trade down. I'm gonna look at the trade pick offers. Am I gonna take any of them? I don't know. So a third round next year. You're gonna give me a third rounder? 2025 third round, 2025 fourth, and a 2024 sixth round, 2024 fourth round, and 2026 seventh round. Yeah, no, I'm not looking that far into the future. I do like these 2025 third round picks. So that's seventh round. Look for the other third round. So, okay, so a lot of them are 4 fourth round picks that are just a little bit later and like pretty later, like later picks of next year. So I'm thinking I do like this one because we do get a 6th round pick. But I might send Philadelphia. So I might take this and see what else I can get for next year or for this year. I might like ask for like a 6th round this year and maybe like a 7th round next year. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'll just cut through it and you'll see if the pick was declined. So yeah. Alrighty, here's the deal. I gave them a 2024 4th round, 2025 6th round, and a 2026 5th round. For a 3rd round next year, a 5th round this year, and a 6th round in 2026. So I go up next year, this year, and I go back 1 round next in 2020. Ooh. Okay, it's still not bad. I still technically get the same picks. So, and next year, I'm sure I'll still get all my players like this year. So, if not, and we win the Super Bowl next year, which that'd be amazing if we did. I don't know if we will, just because we have to go up against the best teams in the league. When we do have good talent, I'm not gonna lie, but not that good of talent. But I think it's a good trade. We get multiple picks next. We get 2 picks next year, a 3rd rounder next year, which is pretty big. I honestly don't care if any of these corners are bad. I'll just take. I think I actually already take a corner, didn't I? I'm pretty sure. Let's take another O lineman just because it's the 5th round. I don't really have like. We'll just take the right tackle because we need one. I kind of like Delmar Glaze's name. I don't know why these names are so funny to me. He's normal dev. Again, it doesn't really matter to me right now. Right now, I'm just picking players to pick. Wow, we have multiple 5th round picks. I think we might trade one. I'm going to see what trades I can get, and I'll see you in a second for this pick. Let's go to the Vikings. Try and get a 3rd out of that. If I can, then that's 3 3rd round picks that I could use to get a 2nd or even 1st. This current pick with the Vikings for a 2025 3rd round and a 2025 7th round. Okay. In turn, I give up a 2025 5th round. If you throw in another pick for this year, for 2026, give me a 5th round, and I'll give you a 2026 4th round. All right, I got a trade with the Vikings. What I gave up was a this year 4th round, a 2025 5th round, and a 2026 4th round. What I got in return is a 2025 3rd round pick, 2025 7th round pick, and a 2026 5th round pick. You can clearly tell I'm trying to stack up third rounders so I can trade up for maybe even a 2nd or 1st. Because if I can stack those up, then teams are going to be like, well, we're getting more picks. But in reality, they're suffering more talent for more players. So I feel like it's smart. I could be wrong, but I'm going to take it. This is the only kicker I've ever seen that has actual things, and he's like apparently one of the best. Do I really care? No, it's the 5th round. It's not very important to me. From here on out, I actually don't care. And here's actually a tradition I do on the channel, or that I do in Madden, especially since the 7th round is pretty underwhelming. Let's be honest. No one really cares about the 7th round. So what I normally do, don't want to put no Nick Bosa on there, I would scream, is I trade for the last pick in the NFL draft and pick up Mr. Irrelevant. Most of the time, it's like a super bad quarterback, or it's like a kicker or punter. It's probably just going to be a quarterback because we do need a backup. Again, I normally always do this just because it's fun. There's really nothing else to it. Like, I think I'll take Gerard Jordan. I'm not gonna lie, that actually looks really well. That actually looks really solid. At least his stuff did. He might be terrible. I have no idea, but his stats were looking pretty good. All those remaining players I can pick up in free agency anyway, so here we go. Here is our draft. Not bad. I can't believe Jawar Jordan was a 72 overall, by the way, and he went undrafted. He was gonna go undrafted. He's Mr. Irrelevant, and he's better than my third round pick when Ricky Barber. Delmar Glaze I didn't think would be good, so I just picked him up. Aloof, this is who I thought would be good, and he is. He's 78 overall. He's not the best in the draft. I'm pretty sure that's Joe Alt or Marvin Harrison. That's one of the two. But he's still a really solid O-lineman, and he'll definitely make a pretty big impact. He's probably going to take Glaze's spot, so it doesn't really matter. Braylon Trice, he's not going to be terrible. He is starting, of course. I don't know. He could be good, he could be bad. Kalen King, I just picked him because I liked his name. I didn't know he was a 74 overall. Brandon Doris, I picked him up. He's 72. Pretty solid. So, I don't know what I'm going to do with him. Ricky Barber probably won't ever see the field. I'm not going to lie to you. But, all in all, not a bad draft. I feel like it was pretty good. It could have been a lot worse. I'm not going to lie. It could have been way worse. And we got good talent, I feel like. I feel like we didn't sacrifice really any bad picks at all. All around, I thought we were just really good. So, I think that was a pretty good for offseason, I'm not going to lie to you. Now, are there a few things I wish I could have done a little bit? Changed up a little bit. Obviously, I don't know yet. I don't know if signing Nick Bosa was a bad thing, because we are actually in negative salary cap right now. So, hopefully when we, advance the week, it might go back up. But I am going to advance the week just so when we come back, we're all ready. Again, I always play one preseason game just to see and kind of get the feel of our new offense. To be honest, it really didn't change. But then again, you're the best offense in the league. You don't need change. We changed what we needed to. We changed the O-line. It's now 10 times... it's a lot better. I should have reworded that a little bit better. What do you play? Okay, so you're right guard. We definitely do have some weak spots in the O-line. That understatement of the century, I feel like. He's a left tackle. Okay, so we'll move him to right tackle. So that way, he obviously already starts there. But I feel like we'll just move him real quick. So Bam still stays the same overall. He just moves to the opposite side of the field. So now he plays right tackle. He plays left tackle. We're probably going to be running where Fashanu is. We're probably going to try and run the ball out that side. If not, and Williams can't block, then we might move Fashanu over to right tackle and him to left. So it's definitely a very promising year. I can, if not playoffs, then very close. Nick Bosa is going to play right end. Trice, he's going to see the field. He's going to be playing left end, apparently. Doris, I wish he could see the field, but there's not a lot I can do unless he's good at DT. He actually is. Brandon Doris is a 74 overall DT. You know where I'm moving him. This is going to be a very promising year. I can feel it. And if you guys are ready for Season 2, type Season 2 and comment Season 2. That's all I've got. So if you did enjoy, please make sure to like and subscribe. This was definitely a longer video. So make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to turn on those post notifications so you never miss another video from me. Make sure to go follow. I've said it for the last episode. I said it last episode. Go follow my friend Gizmo X Senpai on Twitch. So yeah, Bentley out. Peace.